All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakatum. And the era of weak and fearful men is over with. Okay, the era of weak and fearful men are over. Okay. All right, now this is partly inspired by a lesson I was listening to just now about the weird behavior that these camps are starting to exhibit. The elder Yashawamba did out there in Dallas, and it hit my spirit heavy because it all makes sense. All of the things that we're seeing with these camps, it seems like every day Apostle Tahar is having to go up there and correct, the IUIC on some new doctrine. Like, it's literally devolved. First, it was, once every couple years they'll come out and say something that's against the what they were taught in, the original One West schools. And at one point there, there was only about a 5% variance in doctrine between Great Millstone and IUIC. Now they, fast forward to 2024, they've gone off on everything, man. Hell, monogamy, all right. All of these various things, just spewing madness, man. Moving very weird. And, me personally, I believe the root of this is fear. They see what's going on. They're scared, all right? And I think a lot of their members, you're probably getting a lot of pushback and seeing a change in the spirit of their leadership, of their members, okay? The leadership is seeing this, these weirdo camps that put these clickbaity titles in their videos. I saw one, I forgot the name of the camp, but it just, the thumbnail was just, Esau gets stabbed up, Now this is all under the current climate conditions where Amalek is literally about to ban you from saying anything against them, any criticism at all, okay? Because what this all boils down to is a lot of men, when it came down to it, when we were in the wilderness, right? It sounds good at first when we're gonna have to take the land from the Canaanites, and we're gonna have to go into the land of Canaan and take our land back. Okay, it was all good until we got to the city, and then they got there and had to send the spies in to see. Oh, they guys are taught. Then the fear set in. All right. The closer we got to the actual battle, you started to see a separation, okay, in the men that were with it and the men that were not, okay, and that's what I believe we are seeing currently in present day, man. All right, now this is a very dangerous time because a man that's overcome with fear is dangerous. He's a liability, okay, and I'm gonna get that in the scriptures, okay. There was a law against this in the ancient world, okay. Matter of fact, I'll just go straight to it. This is Deuteronomy 20 and verse 8. Okay. It says, and the officers shall speak further unto the people. Okay. And when it says speak further, it's because there are rules about warfare, man. You don't just let any man go to war. If you had if you were betrothed to a woman, but y'all weren't married yet, y'all didn't have the ceremony, y'all didn't come together and have sex, they would send you home, okay? All right? And go home and put seed into your woman and dedicate your home as another one. If you had a new house and you hadn't dedicated it, okay, then you would go home, you would be sent home, okay? But it's saying here, speak further. It says, verse 8, and the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Okay, you see, and a lot of these guys are built up with pride, and they don't want to admit they're scared. Okay, and what you're going to end up doing is becoming a liability on the battlefield, man. And that's what these guys are doing. All right, he mentioned the Sakari, all right, how they put in videos about black Hebrew Israelites will get, weapons of mass destruction. Just what are y'all doing, man? Okay, now we know a lot of you guys, some camps, to me it's just obvious. Like this one body guys, it's obvious they just took a bag and they're, you know, they switch sides. Okay, but a lot of y'all are just are fearful, and you're afraid and you're scared, man. But there's no shame in experiencing fear. Okay, because there's a reason why the scriptures tell us over and over, fear not, I got you, I got you. Why does the Lord have to keep reiterating that? Because fear is a normal part of our flesh, man. Okay, it's one thing to have fear, it's another thing to let it overcome you. Okay, the fear should not dictate your actions. You see, there's supposed to be a filter in there, man. And a lot of you guys aren't really linked and locked in with the spirit of Yahushua. Okay, and so it's just not in you. You know all of these precepts, you know the Bible, you know the history, you can cut up Christians and do this and that. But at the end of the day, the spirit is not in you, man. So when the day of battle comes, you bitch up. Okay? What do you think is the point of blowing the horn and getting and pepping up and giving the speech? That's necessary for warfare, man, because our bodies will naturally experience fear. Okay, but we cannot allow it to get to a point where you become a liability, man. You cannot allow it to get to the point where you fear something, anything else, more than you fear the Most High. That's the core issue here. Okay, you really have not grasped the level of judgment Yahweh is getting ready to put on this place. If you really and truly understand that, you would say, no, well, I might be afraid of this, but I'm way more afraid of that. All right? And you would come to the right conclusion to make the right decision, but you're not. You're acting weird. You're doing stupid things. Every day is a new bugged out doctrine coming out. All right? It says, let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. Okay, so what is this proof of? This is proof that fear is a pestilence. It's a pestilence of the mind. Okay, you have pestilences of the body, viruses and bacteria. All right, but then you have a pestilence of the mind. That's what fear is. It's contagious. It will literally jump from one man to another man. You can't have a nigga next to you panicking, man. All right, you see, man. Let me show this. If I could. Let me see. If I can find it. There's a clip. There's a clip of it. Let me see. The opening scene of this movie. Okay. I think it's the opening scene. All right. And I may have shown this before. Let me see if this is it.
Guten Morgen. Save yourself, Negro.
No, this is not it. But it is not to hold up the spirit here, but no, that's not it. I've played it before. I may repost it later today. All right, but it was the nigga from The Wire, okay, that played Omar. He's running out there in World War II, all right, with the rifle in his hand, crying, man, I want my mama, I want my he was saying it loud, and the other men next to him in the camp had to be like, shh, shut up, you literally gonna give away our position. You see, because he's overcome with fear, man. See, every man experiences fear, but we have it in check. Okay, you should have emotions in check in general, man. We're all angry, but we don't let our anger get the best of us, okay? We don't just go out and fly off the handle and start, you know, doing whatever whatever our emotional state is. Okay, you guys have become a liability, and you know what the Most High does to liabilities. Okay, all you weirdos are about to get cut off. All right, this is the main precept I wanted to bring out. 2nd Ezra 14. Okay. Let me see, where is it? Second Ezra 14 and 13, it says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Okay, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Now, what is that paired up with? This pairs up with the judgment beginning with the house of Israel, man. I mean, that goes with getting your house in order first before you continue on, all right, into the next stage of the battle. Okay, that's what Deuteronomy 20:8 was going into, man. It's getting your home affairs in order first, man. That's what the Lord is getting ready to do. So these Israelite camps are getting ready to be clinked out. Get ready to see more confusion and division among your camps because you're not in the right spirit, okay? And we know that there are members of the elect, you know, spread out throughout the different camps, all right? Just because you're Great Millstone or GMS does not make you a member of the elect, obviously, which we don't teach that, okay? But there is a spirit, you know, dealing with the leadership of various camps, and the spirit of the Most High is on the apostles, man. And all of these guys that are weak, that whether you're in GMS or any other camp, eventually your true colors are going to be shown. Okay, eventually you're going to make a rash decision, like these guys making these titles, bringing, you know, no effort to abstain from the appearance of evil at all. Because you either want views or you're scared, or both. Either way, you all gotta go, man. Every one of you. Anyway, it says, verse 14, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put now off the weak nature. Okay, now after this eclipse that passed, the earth is in a different spirit, man. Okay. After that whole October 7th thing, the earth was in a different spirit. Now it's ramped up a different stage. It shifted gears. Okay, now we're in gear 2, man. Okay. And wait till this thing increases. This is not gonna get better. Okay. If you don't figure it out how to manage yourself, manage your fear, re-examine yourself, how much faith do you have? Okay, you're gonna get swept up in this. This is nothing. Okay, y'all are bitching up over things that are happening way overseas. What are you gonna do when these things start to materialize stateside here, man? Okay, all of this nonsense, this slander that we know y'all do to the men of Great Millstone, all of that's gonna come out, man. All right. You think because you snitched, or you you give Esau some information, he's gonna take it easy on you? He's not. And see, if you had real wisdom, you would have realized this guy doesn't even care about his own people. You think you're gonna get special treatment because you were with his agenda? Okay. I really cannot stand you niggas, man. I really cannot stand you, man. All right. There are men that died in this thing, man, that were sick, had ailments in their body, and they continued in the faith as men. All for you to have all of it given down, all of the breakdowns to understand. It's all on the internet. YouTube is easier than ever to get this thing. All for you to get it, look at it, scoff, and then bitch up at the end, man. Verse 14 again. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put now off the weak nature. All right. Set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Okay. So what does that mean? That means the fear will be present, but you got to deal with it. And only the elect are going to get the understanding enough where it gives them enough faith. And every man is going to have a different measure of faith, but for each man, it's going to be just enough for them to make the right decision in the hour of temptation. All right? It's going to be just enough for them to overcome their fear, to do what they're supposed to do, okay? To ultimately get to salvation, man. And you have to have the confidence in yourself to know that if the Most High is dealing with you, ain't nothing anybody else can do about it, man. All right? It says, verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen, okay, happen shall be done hereafter. In other words, it's going to get worse, okay? The Most High is not rolling this back. You have no idea how angry the Lord is with this place, okay? And you think you hiding in the cracks and the crevices of this place is going to save you. No, you're going to get rooted out, and your worst fear is going to come up on you anyway. Okay, the Lord deals like that, man. He said, those that seek to save his life shall lose it. Okay, all right. So this is really the main point. Let me see if I can. What was that in Deuteronomy? I believe it was 31. Salakia, let me find it. Bear with me. Oh, Salakia, I'm in the wrong one. Wrong chapter. Salakia. All right, this is Deuteronomy 31. I'll start at verse 3. And the Lord Jehovah Ba'ashem Yahushai, he will go over before thee, and he will destroy these nations from before thee. Okay? So at the end of the day, if you know that these things are written, and you still are overcome where you're acting weird, you're becoming a burden, a liability, you're starting to do weird things to obfuscate the ministry, okay, to become basically stumbling blocks, okay, which this is all written. But it's got to be said. That means you don't really believe what's written here, man. That's what this really boils down to. You lack the faith, and that's something you have to pray for. Can't nobody give you that, man. You ain't gonna get that from no breakdowns and from you. That's got to be in you, man. All right. read Psalms 51 and re-examine your relationship and what standing you have with the Most High, man. Because a lot of you, if you were to really look deep, you have leaven in you. You're not really remorseful. There are things in the world that you really kind of want to hold out for if you really looked at it. Okay? And then you put your hand to the plow, but it ain't right. It's off-centered. You know, you built a big, you like a piece of IKEA furniture, then you realize there's a bunch of screws and things you didn't even put in there. Now, the whole thing is compromised. All right? Putting your hand to the plow, you didn't really eat the whole roll, man. All right? And so what's getting ready to happen is you're going to vomit everything up because you didn't do enough examination and self-exam. You have to purge yourself, man, daily. Okay? It says, and thou shalt possess them. The Lord said, we gonna possess these people, man. You don't think brothers have thoughts about what if the demon? That's a what if demon got to be rebuked daily, man. Most brothers will probably tell you that. Okay? But will we have the faith in this thing that the Lord is going to do these things for us, man? All right? It says, and Joshua, he shall go over before thee, and the Lord Yahweh hath said, and the Lord Yahweh shall do unto them as he did in Sihon, and to Og, king of the Amorites, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. So how many nations did the Lord have to destroy on our behalf for us to really have the faith? All right? You don't see what the Lord is doing to these so-called white people, these small hats? They're in disarray, man. All right? They're in a prime position to be judged. Okay, they're fat, they're overweight, they're sloppy, they're addicted to everything. They're fighting, they're emotional. They have all of the resources in the history of the world at their disposal, and they're imploding. Okay? A spiritual warrior would say, oh yeah, this is the best time for the Most High to do his thing. You see? Verse 5, and the Lord Yahweh shall give them up before your face. The Most High is going to give them up before our face, man. We're not going to have to go get a bunch of carnal weapons, man. All right? So the more you see a man leaning on these things, all right, showing that he's got more faith in that than Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the more likely he's going to go out that way, man. All right? You're going to get a dishonorable discharge back to the spirit world, man. All right? It says that ye may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you. The main point, verse 6, be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, He it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. There's a reason these things were written. Okay? Because this would have to be something that we would have to deal with, man. All right? So this whole era of sitting on your hands, thinking the Most High ain't gonna, no, that is over with. Okay? This devil is getting ready to roll, man. He is acting very erratic. Very desperate. Look at these laws and stuff he's passing, man. All right? As we read in Ezra's, man, the greater evils are getting ready to happen. Okay? So be sincere in your work and in your faith with this thing, okay? I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom.